2 years ago today, a war was launched against Israel that ended up with a slaughter of over 1,200 men, women, and children from countries all over the world that happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time when the barbarians poured through the border fence from Gaza. To put it in proportion, it's as if 50,000 Americans died. We're going to discuss what America would have done and what their response would have been, and put it in the perspective of how the Israelis are handling what happened to them. Stay tuned. This is one you don't want to miss. Will Johnson, it's 2 years to the day from the horrific massacre in southern Israel on October 7th. On October 7th, 6th, there was peace, and the peace was broken by an unprovoked, horrific invasion of southern Israel by thousands of Hamas, for want of a better term, barbaric killers, supported by thousands more regular Gazans, some of whom brought their kids with GoPro cameras to videotape the slaughter. Now, to put it in perspective, Israel was attacked by land, sea, and air, plus thousands of missiles were fired in, and it was called Al-Aqsa Flood. The idea being that they would annihilate southern Israel, and all these other countries would join in, and Al-Aqsa Mosque would be liberated from the Jews that are polluting this mosque in Jerusalem, or so the theory goes. To put it into perspective, it's 10 times the Americans that died on 9/11 in those attacks. And if it were in America, 50,000 Americans would have died in a day. My perspective is, no matter who the attacker was, if it came, let's say, from the cartels in Mexico, slaughtering everybody in southern Texas, and then they captured, another 10,000 and took them back to Mexico, the Marines, the Air Force, the Army would have been rolling across the border by late in the day on October 7th, 2 years ago, and would have annihilated, vaporized everybody that had anything to do with it. To put it into perspective, if this is what Texas looked like, where the homes were riddled with bullets that you can see, and then the family inside this specific home was burned alive, along with their animals, the United States would have ignored whatever the world said to go get their citizens back, because that's what the armed forces are for. If that happened, what would America have done if the world said, oh, the poor Mexican cartels, you're being too ferocious. All they want is to be able to sell their drugs and narcotics. Leave them be. Would we have flipped off the world like we did in Afghanistan and Iraq after 9/11? Because there, millions died, and nobody said we were genocidal.
Yeah. I think the world wouldn't say anything because it's America. The world won't say anything when it's other nations, but they say something when it's Israel. And you're right. If they killed 50,000 Americans, and it's probably even more than that, right? But if they would have killed 50,000 Americans and then America would have retaliated, everybody would have just been watching. They would have been saying, well, you know what? The cartel brought this onto themselves. They shouldn't have been bringing the drugs. They shouldn't have killed 50,000 people. No one would question it. The U.S. military roll in, wipe them all out. The government of Mexico would be happy. But in this case, when it comes to Israel, Israel goes in, wipe them out. The people, there's a lot of people what they never report on in the Gaza Strip that are happy Hamas is getting wiped out. They never report on that. They never want anyone to know about that. But America, they would say, oh, another victory. America had to do what they had to do. It's double standards. How you say it? If there's no Jews, no news.
You're right. I agree. This is worse than Pearl Harbor was to America December 7th, 1941. And it's worse than what happened to America on September 11th, 2001, in terms of damage, loss of life, and the catastrophic disruption of the country. And in both cases, America struck back with a ferocity that hasn't been seen anywhere in the world and nobody was going to stop our armed
Yeah.
forces.
Nobody.
And yet,
And that,
the world is demanding that Israel back down. And
yeah.
today, on October 7th, 2 years to the day, there are celebrations all over the world about what happened 2 years ago today. Can you imagine?
They're
December
celebrating.
7th,
Yeah.
1943, people all over the world, yeah, the Americans were slaughtered at Pearl Harbor. Or, in more contemporary terms, because you and I were there and we remember it, 2 years after September 11th in 2003, if the world was celebrating, and Al Qaeda did, but we were busy killing Al Qaeda by then,
Yeah.
we, the United States. Can you imagine if the whole world had millions of people in the street carrying flags, celebrating Al Qaeda, and holding up pictures of Osama bin Laden?
Yeah, but that's what they're doing right now. They're flying these Palestinian flags, which Palestinian is not a real location, but nonetheless, they're still flying these flags. They're flying these anti-Israeli flags. And just like I told you last week, Barry, that Israel needs to just go ahead and deal with this situation. I mean, we've talked about it too much. We've had too much discussion about it. And Israel is going to get blamed for whatever it is that they do or don't do. Let's go ahead and do the do.
Well said. And God willing, Israel will have the time and the chance to finish the job. We'll see.
What's holding them back now?
The Trump peace plan that today Hamas rejected.
Yeah, but President Trump said if they don't come to the table, he said he's going to back Israel, whatever decision they make. So my question is, what is tomorrow? See, again, make me general. I'm telling you, just make me general. I'm telling you.
I'll get you a hat and I'll put you in charge if anyone listens to us.
Put me in charge.
Go finish the dang job, and then you can go up to Jerusalem and see where Jesus walked and enjoy your trip.
I'll be able to do that in one day. All of that in one day.
I believe you. And Israel could have as well.